Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Watson off play action. On the move to his left. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down. The Browns had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg. And he's got this down to the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the first down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Chubb will get the call running left. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
It looked like they had the run stopped at the line of scrimmage, but the hand got up into the face mask, and the officials, they were looking for it. They spotted it.
It's an easy call, too, when it's right in front of them. You see that neck twist just a little bit, and that's enough to draw the flag.
Following the penalty, Chubb. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
On 4th down, Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line. Now it's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he goes out right around the 39. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
From the 39, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Zerline good with a PAT. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Zerline out now to kick this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach. because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
After the interception, here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Head coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. There's Wilson to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 16, Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. Touchdown! Tyler Conklin, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson swings this out for Hunt. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Wilson's throw complete there to Moore. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
4 yards on the pickup.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Ready, set.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Here's Wilson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein.
From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for the Jets.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Okay, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Second half starts with a run by Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Come on, set.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And check down, complete to Hall. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. A give running right is Hall. The tackle there by John Johnson.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the 22, Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
First down grab there by Tyler Conklin, and he's a big part of the rebranding of the tight end position in New York. The Jets brought in multiple starters at that position, and Conklin, he's coming off a career best year in Minnesota. 61 catches in his first season as a starter.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Browns will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Out to his left. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other. Every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hand.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Straight ahead is Hall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Greg Newsome up to make the stop. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Here's Wilson. Caught right side, Davis. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll run with Hall. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
brought down just shy of the goal line. A gain of 5.
Ball again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line.
They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Wilson gets rid of it quickly. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore from a yard out. And the Jets start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Zerline good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard. And my goodness, another interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again.
Wilson and Moore there for a Jets first.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll look to run with Hall.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So he's had a nose for the end zone here in the early part of this season. 2 touchdowns for him now in this one to go along with the one he had in the opener as well.
Yeah, he certainly finds where the goal line is and finds a way to get across it. But you know who else senses it? The guys that block for him. Because he has that instinct, I think they hold their blocks just a little bit longer.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big.
You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Watson off play action. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. To the air yet again, Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
First down, New York.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Completes it to Davis. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. So not